Well, I'm going to just reintroduce myself quickly. Again, my name is Karen Henry. I'm an LD2 and I'm located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I've been in the business since 2008 and I've just been totally, this is my home. I'm in love, but you don't want to hear from me. Who we really want to hear from is Mr. Rene Liao, who I have tremendous respect for. And I met when I came into the business, I had the opportunity to meet Rene. He was always at the office, always, and always showing that compensation plan. But Rene graduated from University of Toronto in the software engineering and worked for IBM and TELUS, was earning back then $80,000 a year salary. Then he joined Opulence in 2007, and now he's the company's youngest millionaire, a lifestyle director who qualified for the luxury car program. He drives a prepaid luxury car from the company. Get a load of this one, a $200,000 Tesla P90D, which literally you do this little remote thing and it goes back and forth. You don't have to be in the car. He's reached $100,000 a month in earnings, and more shockingly, get a load of this one, with only 7,000 people in his organization. That is unheard of in the industry. So his team now is over 24,000 people in over 110 countries around the world, happily married after proposing to his wife Heidi with a $47,000 Fairy Mosh 21 karat gold ring, which would have been pretty hard to say no to, which is now worth $80,000. He has two young boys, Rex and Leon, and they enjoy traveling the world with his family. He just made a recent purchase, building his custom $5 million home. And Rene is the most amazing support. He's here to support us and train us. He's a founding member of Opulence and a shareholder, sits on the company's CEO advisory board, and has also received the highest award in the company, which is the President's Cup Award twice. So here we go. Without further ado, who better to learn from?
Well, thank you so much, Karen. Again, it's such a great honor to have you as our host and working together again. In fact, actually, Karen and I definitely go back way back in terms of just, how much you've done, again, with a lot of the material that we actually have developed in the company. So I remember back in the days, from the tours to ideas for the PowerPoint presentations to, our existing website to compare comp plans. A lot of that actually came from your great mind. So thank you, Karen, for all these years of constantly giving such great ideas to myself and the company. So we definitely appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Rene. I'm going to turn off now and let you do your thing. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you again. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of the people on the call today. Great to be back again. And I guess last minute, our CEO wasn't able to make the call tonight. And so I was pretty happy because now we get to continue where we left off with the competition plan Pitfalls that we had started sort of before the cruise happened. And of course, with the cruise end, I was in Japan for a little bit with my family, couldn't continue it, but here we are back to continue. And we did leave off at pitfall number 5 the last time. And so really excited to continue on with the competition plan Pitfalls. And if you're wondering, if you're new to the call and you're wondering, well, what are these pitfalls that you're talking about? To make a quick summary, in short, there are so many kinds of competition plans out there. And one of the things that we often don't realize is how some plans are designed to make it a bit harder to actually earn the full commission. So we went through already 2 previous trainings on pitfall number 1 up to number 5, and we're going to continue right on with pitfall number 6. All right, so we do have the recordings, of course, for number 1 and 2, and you can find that on the Opulence YouTube channel, as well as on my own YouTube channel as well, too. So we finished off last time with pitfall number 5, which was how so many plans will find ways to flush all of the volume that you have in your organization. And now moving along to number 6 pitfall is a question, which is on the payout, how many legs do you have to build? And quick question for all of our folks on the call tonight in Opulence, how many legs do you have to build? It's going to make sure everyone is with me here. And I always believe that by participating in the trainings, by typing in your answers, it does a lot more good for you as well. So I see the answers come in here. Absolutely correct. We have 2 legs to build in Opulence Global. And so in short, one of the other game over clauses, and again, a game over clause is where once you see a game over clause, it means just walk away from that opportunity, because it doesn't matter how good everything else may sound. If you have to build more than 2 legs, it's game over. Because logically speaking, it's easier to build 5 legs than building 10. I think we can all agree to that, yes? And logically, it's easier to build 3 legs than to build 5 legs. And logically speaking, it's easier to build 2 legs than it is to build 3 legs. And in the universe of direct sales, the most legal minimum legs you have to build would be 2. And of course, on the previous trainings, we had gone over different kinds of competition plans. And of course, we know that there's matrices and unit levels and breakaways and stair-step breakaways. But again, the minimum amount of legs you have to build, that is 2, is available most likely in a binary system. And the point of that, or the reason why, is because a sort of golden rule when it comes to direct sales and multi-level marketing is that longevity and retention in your organization is based on depth. So the deeper that you build your organization, the stronger it is. Now, I'm just going to pause right here and ask a question. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that the deeper you can build your team, in other words, you have more depth, it means you have more longevity and more retention? Give me some ideas on why you think that might be. So why does building it deeper and deeper and deeper create more longevity and better retention? Let's wait and see what answers we have here. Okay, it can allow you to create residual income more quickly. Okay, that's a interesting viewpoint there, and not quite what I was looking at here. A bit easy to break away. Okay, keep your answers, because you know what, it's great to participate, and I'd love to see how your thought process is as well too on this stronger foundation. Yeah, so actually you're onto the right track here, Kaz, because what happens is that if you have to build wide, and let's say you put in 30 people into the system, and you put each of the 30 people in their own legs, okay? Versus in a binary system, you have 2 legs, and the 30 people, you could stack 15 on one side and 15 on the other side, or something like that. Could be 10 and 20, 20, 10, or 15, 15. Do you see how when you're building it deeper, what happens is that people who are in your organization are now also seeing that their team is growing as well. Whereas if you're building in a unilevel system and you put all 30 people in their own legs, no one is seeing growth happening below them, right? So that's why when you can build your organization deeper, and it's meant to be that way in a binary system, that you create more longevity and more retention. For example, I've had some people that have got started and 6 months go by, 10 months go by, and they were just busy with life. And they come back to me and they're saying, well, Renee, I've been looking at my monthly credit card statement. I keep paying every month for these products. I love the products, but I'm thinking, should I keep the business, right? Now, of course, most people would keep it because they want to maintain their wholesale access to the products. Hence, they want to keep their membership. But beyond that, I would actually show someone, well, by the way, have you looked at your organization? And they say, well, what do you mean by that? I don't have a team. I said, well, actually, you might, because in a binary system, if you have active upline, most likely they're putting people below you without you even knowing. And suddenly they check their back office, look at their organization, and they see 10, 20, 30, 100, thousands of people below them. Do you think they're going to quit at that point in time? Or will they realize, my goodness, 2/3 of my business has built without me. If I just put some effort into the business, I could really make this thing fly. And there's living examples of people on this call today who maybe got started, life got busy, yet one of their legs, or maybe if they're really lucky, both of their legs took off and grew, and now they're just making residual income, right? So again, with a two-leg system, the nature of what's going to happen is you're going to build and build below other people. And that's going to create longevity and, of course, retention, because people see, wow, I have all this team below me, I have all this volume below me. I should keep on working. I should stay and not, not leave, basically. So again, I just asked that question. If someone joined and there's no one on their team, what will happen? They'll usually quit. And that happens in a unilevel system where you're building many, 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 many legs and you're not really stacking people on top of each other. And so the example I gave before was if you had, 10 people to join and you had to build 10 legs, then you put one person on each leg. But if you only had to build 2 legs, then you could split the 10 people 5 and 5 on top of each other. And isn't it nice to have someone join below you? For example, if you're on this call, wouldn't it be nice if you got started today and your senior partners above you added someone below you, and that person below you contributes to your future residual income? That's amazing. And that will actually even motivate you. So that's what we meant by how many legs you have to build on pitfall number 6. Okay. And if that makes sense, say, Renee, it makes sense. If you have any questions, again, feel free as always to put your questions into the question box, right? Now, great question from Bella. If someone quits, what happens to their spot? Nothing happens to it. Because in this business, it's not about, like, for you to have success, whatever, it's not based upon does everyone below you actually do something, right? As long as you are maintaining your monthly smart buy or your monthly product purchase of $75 or $150 or higher, all of the volume from people below you, even below the person who is not actively enrolled, like you might have, let's say, 5 people, the 6th person quit for whatever reason, but you have the 7th person down to the thousandth level, all of that volume goes up to every single person on the way up, along as they're on their smart buy or buying their monthly products of $75 or $150 per month. Okay, so nothing happens basically if someone is inactive or quits in the business. They just don't benefit from all the volume in their organization. But again, as we just mentioned before, if people were to see, because we're building in depth, we're building it deep, and they see all these people and all this volume coming out, they probably don't want to quit. That's what we're saying about retention and, of course, longevity. All right. And so let's move on now to pitfall number 7. And pitfall number 7 is payout on all of the legs. So the question to ask here is, does your compensation plan pay you on volume for all of the legs? Okay. Because there are, even in a binary plan, which has 2 legs, there are some compensation plans that only pay you on what they call the pay leg or the weaker leg. If that's the case, this is another instant game over. Okay. So how many of you on this call have ever seen another compensation plan that says we're going to pay you this percentage of commission on your weaker leg or your pay leg? How many of you have ever seen that before? Just put in the chat box that you have or not. Okay. I'm curious to know how many people have seen that. Yes. So here we go, right? A lot of people saying yes, yes, yes. And perhaps when we see it, we don't think to ask the question, well, why is that? Why do you only pay on this pay leg or the weaker leg? We don't ask the question, why can't you pay on both legs? So let me ask another question. Would you prefer to get paid on one leg in the binary or on both legs in the binary? So one leg in the binary or get paid on both legs. And mind you, if they're paying you on the weaker leg or the pay leg, that's the smaller leg. That means your other leg is actually the bigger leg, probably 2/3 and 1/3. So it's like twice as big. So not only are you getting paid on one leg, you're getting paid on the weaker of the two legs. I mean, I would rather get paid in that situation on the bigger leg and not the weaker leg. But they design it to pay you on the pay leg or the weaker leg. In Opulence Global, do they pay you on one leg or on both of your legs? And hopefully we get this answer correct. So in Opulence Global, yes, they pay you on both of your legs. That means your payout is going to be more than double already. So again, if a company only pays you on the weakest leg, then you'll never touch any of the sales volume happening on your bigger leg. So if you kind of ask the question, well, what's the point of having a bigger leg, right? Do you really care about any of the people in your bigger leg? Most likely, it's a contradiction because you're supposed to help both of your teams fairly and equally. But if you have a big leg, chances are that you don't get paid on, by the way. Most likely, you're trying to work on your smaller leg and you give no attention at all to your bigger leg. But had you got paid on your smaller leg and your bigger leg, then you will actually naturally give attention to both legs because both legs pay you. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, says it makes sense. So I just came back from Asia and Japan. It's much more humid and it's just kind of dry here. All right, it makes sense. Fantastic. So let me give you an example. I think sometimes, I'm definitely more of a visual learner, and I create this diagram to hopefully make it more easier to understand what we're talking about. In this example, ABC company pays you 10% on the weaker leg versus Opulence Global that pays you from 5% up to 8.5% on both legs. So we have two scenarios on the left and one on the right. So ABC company on the left, Opulence Global company on the right. So on ABC company, let's say you have a smaller leg of 1,800 volume. And on the bigger leg, you have 100,000 volume. The exact same scenario in Opulence Global, smaller leg, you have 1,800 volume, bigger leg, you have 100,000 volume. So based upon how ABC company pays you, they pay you 10% on the weaker leg. Your weaker leg is 1,800 volume. So 10% of 1,800, your payout is how much? Okay, see who's paying attention here. 10% of your weaker leg, which is the 1,800, means that your payout is, yes, $180. Okay, now let's look at the exact same scenario, the exact same volume, but now we look at Opulence Global. Opulence Global, if you actually had 1,800 volume on your small side, it will take double the volume on the bigger side. So it'll take 3,600 on the right side. It will add that together for 5,400, and that's a power cycle. And it'll pay you, again, every 5,400 CV in Opulence Global, it's in our compensation plan PDF, it will pay you how much? $460. Wow. Is that more than double, team? Is 460 more than double $180? Would you want to be in company ABC or in company Opulence Global? And mind you, this is the exact same volume. The exact same volume, 1,800 on the smaller side, 100,000 on the bigger side. And the difference in payout is 180 versus 460. It's almost like 2.5 times, right? Now, I don't know, I met this one person who said, well, Renee, it's not really that much. I'm like, it's more than 100% more. But they said, well, it's not that much, Renee. I said, okay, well, hold on. Let's add a zero. Would you prefer $1,800 or $4,600? Would you prefer $18,000, adding 2 zeros, $18,000 or $46,000? Now it seems like a big difference, right? Of course, 46,000. So this is why whenever you see a compensation plan that only pays you on the smaller leg, time to walk away. It's game over. Okay. So moving along here on pitfall number 8, the question is the payout on legs, is it variable? Meaning, does your compensation plan require you to have to balance your legs? Does it have to be 50-50? Or must it be 1/3 and 2/3 or 2/3 and 1/3? Well, the nice thing about Oculus Global is that it's a variable plan, meaning all of the above combinations work. Because truth be told, it's very unlikely that you always have perfectly balanced legs. It's impossible. It never happens, right? And so if you had to be 50-50, then you might not be getting paid out because you had to have a small leg and a big leg. But with a 1/3, 2/3, or 2/3, 1/3 combination, there could be times, rarely, where you do have a 50-50. Well, in Oculus Global, the nice thing is it pays you on all of the above. So again, another example where ABC company pays you 10%, but not on the weaker leg. It pays you based upon a 50-50. That's my first company. My first company I was in, essentially, they're paying you 10%, and you have to exactly balance your 2 legs. And so again, the exact same example, 1,800 small volume, small leg, 100,000 volume on the bigger leg. ABC company pays you 10% of 1,800, okay, which again is $180. And so in Oculus Global, again, is paying you $460. So in short, being variable just means that there's more chances of you getting paid a lot more faster and in more combinations. All right. So moving along to pitfall number 9, that is payout requalification. So the question is, do you need to maintain certain qualifications or requalify to keep your commission payout? And if you have to do some sort of requalification to get your monthly commission, we call it an instant game over. So some companies I know of require you to sponsor 2 people a month just to keep your commissions. Some other companies say you have to maintain certain amounts of PV or CV to keep your weekly commissions. In fact, my last company I was in, for me and Sherry, we had to sponsor at least 1 new person every single month in order to keep our monthly commissions. It's like having a gun to your head, right? So not only are you just trying to buy products for yourself, which is fine. Like, you having to purchase monthly products is not really a qualification because you want the products. So again, like 150 in Oculus Global buys you 3 bottles of FOL. What about your toothpaste? What about your shampoo? What about your skincare, right? So what about your lotion? So anyways, product purchase is standard. Every company requires you to do a monthly purchase of products. In our case, we have shopping credits that you can bank and use later on. But that's standard. What we're talking about is above and beyond that. So my last company, again, you had to sponsor 1 new person every single month to keep your commissions. That was crazy. I know of other companies where, like, the higher the rank you go, you have to maintain a certain amount of PV. And some people will spend like $1,000, $2,000 per month in extra product purchases just to keep their weekly commissions. It's absolutely nuts. Another company I know of, they require you to fill out this monthly form just to keep your weekly commissions. If you don't fill out the form, you don't get your commissions. Like, there's all these weird rules out there. And again, in Oculus Global, we have none of that. As long as you have your monthly 150 or 250, PV as an LA, or 75 as a brand partner, and you got your first two that have their active subscriptions, you are set to go. All right. That's pitfall number 9. All right. Pitfall number 10 is what we call payout retention. So a really important factor to look at, which is what's your company's retention ratio for monthly reorders. Now, based upon the DSA average for the best distributor monthly activity ratio, which is like your monthly orders, is 6%. That's horrid. That's horrible. It means if you have 100 people in your organization, the average in other companies is that 6 of the 100 are doing something every month with ordering products. Let me ask a question. Can you really build residual income if your monthly reorder ratio is 6%? So 100 people you have in your team, 6 people are buying monthly. Or 1,000 people in your organization, 60 people are buying monthly. Is it really possible to build a passive income with that? It's impossible, right? More than 94% of your organization is not buying products. And so in Opulence Global, I mean, after like 18 years running, we're still at over 40+%. This is from inception of the company. In reality, I know a lot of people who got started, like Henry Shong, for example, and people like Ifra, people that started much more recently in the company that probably have still an 80-90% monthly activity ratio. And that is amazing. And that's because we have products, right? Like the Fountain of Life, that people just want to keep on buying and buying and buying. And they'll never stop because they love the product. So beyond that, so we have 2 ratios here. The first ratio is the monthly activity ratio. Who is buying products every single month? Again, to have 40% is like 8 times the average, 800% more. But again, most people who are joining the company, since Fountain of Life came to be in 2018, they probably have a 80-90% retention ratio right now. But the other stat is the average for retention ratio. This is how many people are actually renewing their business every year. There's 2 things, right? There's people who are or aren't buying products on a monthly basis. Because even if some people don't buy monthly, they might be renewing their business every year. And they might buy products every now and then, but it's just not every single month, right? So this ratio we're talking about now, this distributor retention ratio, is based upon the yearly who is renewing their business. Again, on average, it's 10%. So many companies out there, you've seen it before. It's based on hype. Everyone joins. A year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, either the company goes belly up, or people have quit because of all the reasons from pitfall number 1 to 9, and even number 10. And so you don't really have an organization. At Opulence Global, again, since inception, we're still at over 50%. But again, for most of the newer people that have got started, again, since 2018, when Fountain of Life came into the company, they're probably seeing it at like 95, maybe even like 98, 99% retention ratio. Because in our company, let me ask you guys a little test question. What is the criteria to renew your membership or to renew your business? What is the criteria? $100. $100 every year to renew your business. And do you get anything with that $100? I mean, aside from your business and your wholesale access, what do you get along with your $100? Yeah, you get 2 bottles of Fountain of Life. Can you see why we have such a high yearly renewal retention now? Because you're not, in my last company, you had to pay this website fee or this yearly fee, and we got nothing for it. We got nothing tangible for it, right? We got the website, great. In Options Global, you're getting something tangible. You're actually getting 2 free bottles of FOL. That means every bottle is $50, and you're going to drink it or sell it. So it doesn't even feel like you're paying for a renewal fee because you're getting 2 bottles of Fountain of Life. And that's why, again, since 2018 onwards, I think a lot of the newer partners have a crazy high distributor retention ratio. So another question that I wanted to put out there is people often do join MLM or network marketing because they want to make money, right? But if your product that you have too many similar competitors, so if you're selling a vitamin or a juice or a pill, and there's so many other companies selling vitamins, juices, or pills, can you see how it's a bit hard to hold on to your distributors? Because a juice is a juice, a pill is a pill. Whose pill is better, whose juice is better, whose vitamin is better. And a lot of people do kind of jump around because they want to try this vitamin, try that vitamin, right? So my opinion as to why we have such a crazy high retention ratio is one of 3 things. Okay, one of 3 things. And if you can write this down, actually, my 3 things do come up on the next slide. So I'm just going to continue. Okay, and you'll see what I think. Oopsies, what I think contributes to that. But to lead up to my answer, are you here to make money once or make it for life? So I want to ask all of you: are you here in Opulence? Now, if you're just here just because you enjoy the products, perfectly fine. We love you. Welcome. Enjoy your products, right? But for those of you who are here to earn commissions, do you want to make it once and have to build it again and again and again? Or do you want to make it for life? And of course, you're going to say it's for life. Great. But if every 3 months, a new company comes out and they're always selling that they have the best products and it's similar to yours, they're selling a vitamin or a juice or a pill, then what do? Right? Do you keep fighting these new companies and constantly in a product battle to say who is the best? And my vitamin has all this stuff and your vitamin is missing this, and my juice has all these ingredients and your juice doesn't have this, right? The truth is every distributor in all these companies will always say bad things about other companies. And what if your products are too expensive? Then what happens? So let's say you're selling a vitamin and another company comes out selling vitamins and it's a bit cheap. It's a bit cheaper. What do you think might happen? Well, again, maybe they might stop your company and buy the cheaper vitamin and see if it works the same way or not, right? And lastly, so my point is if a product is too expensive, what happens is people have too many options. Like if your product is going to be on a monthly basis, like my first company I was in, my monthly auto ship for 4 weeks supply of vitamins was $180. Now at that price point, I have a lot of options, right? At $180 per month. I mean, Fountain of Life at our wholesale cost, you're probably looking at what, 50, 60 bucks for one bottle that can last you a month. Like that is very, very inexpensive, right? So again, one of the issues is if your products are too expensive, they have too many other options, and you might also have worse retention. Now, so what do? Do you want to watch your customers and your team leave you and join these other companies? Of course not. But if you don't want to watch your distributors leaving to another company, some people, they leave first and bring their teams with them. They keep switching companies every few months or every few years. How many of you people have seen people out there who are talking about the best company that just got launched, you gotta join right now, and suddenly 3 months down the road or a year down the road, they're going to another company and they're saying exactly the same thing. Oh my goodness, I found the best company, the best products, you know? And then 3 months down the road or a year down the road, again, it's another company. They haven't learned the things that we're teaching you in this pitfall training. And so again, right? How often do you see people switching companies? And the question is why? Why are they switching? There's only one answer. People switch companies either because they got bought out, meaning this other company thought of them as a really huge leader and gave them a special behind the back door deal thing, which to me is unethical because it's not fair. Not everyone gets it. Or they leave because their teams are leaving first and they don't want to be the last one to leave. So here's what I believe will create you the most amount of retention and why we have retention in Opulence Global. You will have retention, number one, if your products work. And the amazing thing about all of our products, like fashion, it works without even trying it, right? You like it, you see it, it worked. It's a beautiful watch, buy it. Sunglasses, buy it. It worked already. Fountain of Life, you know, and all of our shampoos and our lotions, they all work so quickly. So our products work. Because if your products, you know, like my first company that was selling vitamins, I mean, I couldn't really tell even after 2 years of using it if it was actually working or not, right? You just can't really tell. And FOL, majority of the people can feel that it's working. Number two, can people sell your products? In other words, if your products are great, but they're so expensive that no one can sell it, then that means you don't have any retail sales happening. And in network marketing, there's two main ways to make money, right? The first way is you sell the product. The second way of making money in network marketing is you find people that sell the product. So either you sell the product or you find people that find people that find people that sell the product. Does that make sense? Right? So either you sell the product yourself and make money, or you find other people who sell the product that find other people that sell the product that find other people that sell the product. Okay? So again, between the two ways of making money, both of them require someone to sell the product. And so between selling retail, and here's the thing, between selling retail and trying to, you know, launch a new partner, if you were to ask me, which one's easier of the two? Is selling products easier or is trying to sponsor a new person easier? Which one do you think is easier, team? Give me your answers here, right? So scenario A, you selling a product. Scenario B, you have to meet someone, explain the product, explain the business, explain the packages, explain the compensation plan, blah, 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 blah. Which one is easier? Yes, of course, selling products is easier. You meet someone who has arthritis, You say, hey, this can work for you. Here's some examples and testimonials. Do you want to try it? 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Boom, they buy it. It could take you 5 minutes, right? Because trying to launch a new partner, you gotta explain the packages, explain some commissions, da la 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 la. So the easier way of making money in network marketing is sell the product. So again, if your product, so here's where it comes back down to this, right? If the product is too expensive, no one is selling the product. That means the easier way of making money, no one is doing because it's too expensive. No one is able to sell the product. There's a company that sells deer placenta. You heard that correct. So they have a deer, they grab the placenta, which is, when deers have babies, there's a placenta that carries, the fawn, I guess, and they harvest the placenta and they sell this thing for like $500. Okay. Now, despite the fact that vegan people won't touch that, right? Or maybe even like halal people, I don't know, whatever. But it's just so expensive, right? If it's $500, imagine the retail price. Who can sell that? No one can sell it. So that's why I love Fountain of Life. So many people who might not be good at doing a presentation, they're still making money selling, 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 selling. So you will have retention if your products work, if people can sell the products, because if they can sell the products, it means that they're actually making money. They're making money, they're not going to quit. Make sense? Okay. And the third reason is if people can't get it anywhere else. And the beautiful thing about Fountain of Life is no other company on this planet has our product, has our product, our formulation, our branding, our product. Like I've seen powders and pills. I've seen only one sort of, like trying to copycat ours, but again, nothing even comes close to what we have in our company. So with those three things, that's why so many people are having such great success with Opulence Global. All right, that's pitfall number 10. All right. Let's try to go through a bit more before the end of the call today. I guess it should be number 11, but we'll just keep going. Doesn't really matter. The question is, does your company sell a need versus selling a want? Now, trick question, give you guys a hint. What do you think Opulence sells? A need or a want? So either you need a product or you want a product. And these are two very, very different emotions, right? And the beautiful thing about Opulence Global is we sell both. What's our slogan for Opulence Global? What's our product slogan? Right? We have products that you need, right? Or we have products that you want in a business that you need. So, but in either case, we have both. Now, quick question, right? Which emotion is more powerful? Is need more powerful or is a want more powerful? So some people are saying that need is more powerful, and some are saying that a want is more powerful. Interesting. So let me ask a question. Do people need to smoke or they want to smoke? Do people need to drink or they want to drink? Do people need to buy luxury brand names or do people want to buy luxury brand names? Do people need an iPhone and spend $800, $1,000 on an iPhone, or they want to buy an iPhone? Most people here buy things not that they need, but that they actually want. So want is actually a much more powerful emotion. right? And so again, the great thing though is that we have both. We have a want product because you want this amazing, designer fashion stuff. And we also have products that you need. So, want is stronger than need, but need is also important too. And we have both in our company. So people don't need to smoke. They want to smoke, but they do need to be healthy, right? People don't need to drink. They want to drink, but they do need to be healthy. And so, again, in Optimus Global, we have both. And that's what's great because we can cater to both emotions. Whereas many other companies only have the need. You need to be healthy. We have vitamins. We have this juice, la 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 la, right? Or they have only the want. They have this travel company that sell you these travels, and you want to travel, but you don't really need it, but you want it. But in our company, we have the merge and the marriage of both. We have both want and need products. Okay, pitfall number 11. This is a really fun one, which is the payout ED ratio. And the ED stands for the earning per distributor ratio. And the question you have to ask yourself is, well, what is the average earning per distributor in your company? Now, when I first joined Opulence, I had no idea about this concept. But the minute I learned it from the CEO, it absolutely blew my mind. And I couldn't believe I never thought of this before, never actually calculated this stuff before in my previous companies. The ED means how much can you earn per distributor or per member in your downline on a monthly basis. Okay. And so in the industry, the average is about $1 per person, $1 per head. In other words, if you want to make $10,000 per month in residual income, again, I'm not talking about bonuses and sponsored bonuses and this, I'm just talking about strictly in residual commissions. So strictly based upon people in your team, what they're buying monthly that generates for you your residual income. Okay. The average is 1-to-1. So one person, $1. So if you want to make $10,000 per month, you got to have 10,000 people. If you want to make $50,000 per month, you got to have 50,000 people. That's the average in health and wellness companies. In some other companies like tech and telecom companies, it's even worse. Like one person is about 30 cents. So you need almost 3 times more the amount of people than in health and wellness to make the same kind of money because there's less profit margins. And so you make less per person in your team. And this stuff, by the way, if you look at any competition plan, you can find out the cost of the product or the service. And using their competition plan, you can determine what you would make based upon X amount of people and calculate the ED ratio. I've done it like countless times now, okay? Well, in Opulence Global, it pays you a lot more, okay? I think the last time I checked is about $7 a head, okay? And so if you're wondering, well, how does that work? So here's the math, okay? Now this might help if you were to grab a piece of paper and pen, okay? So we can do it together. In fact, here's what I'll do. Yeah, well, I guess the math is here already. So again, on a piece of paper, I'll give you about 10 seconds to grab one. So you can really understand how we calculate this, of course, too, right? So what we're trying to figure out here is, okay, write down $5,400 equals $460 of payout of commission. So 5,400 CV pays you $460. You know what I should do actually? Let me open up a Word document so you can see what I'm talking about, just so that it makes more sense. Hold on one second here. I'm just going to open up a Word document. Should I do it on a Word document, everyone? So it's like step by step? Or do you want me just to use PowerPoint? Okay, I got a thumbs up. Okay. Alrighty, get some water while it's opening. All right. Here we go, blank document. Okay. Okay, share my screen. Here we go. Okay, let's make my text size really, really big so we can all see what's going on here. All right, so let's say we have 5,400. Okay, CV pays you $460. Okay, so again, that's our power cycle. So the question is, how many people do we need to get five? So how many people do we need in your team to generate 5,400 CV? Does that make sense, right, team? That's what we have to figure out here. How many people do we need to generate this 5,400 CV? Now, again, we all know that when someone pays their monthly 150, okay, that 46% of that is your CV, right? So using my calculator, I do 150 times 0.46, that's 69. So every single person in your organization, if all they did was paid 150 of their smart buy. Again, some people will spend a lot more. They'll spend 250, 300, 500. I'm just saying bare minimum, they spend 150. Again, 46% is the CV, which gives us 69. Okay, so now we gotta find, so now we know that each person generates 69 CV. What we must do is take 5,400 divide by 69 CV, right? To find out how many people that is. So 5,400 divided by 69 gives me 79 people. 78.26, but we actually need more than 78, so we'll call it 79. I could call it 78, really. Yeah, 78. Yeah, we it's 78.2. Well, anyways, it's a give or take, right? We'll just use 78 people. In my example, no, I had 79. Yeah, we'll use 79 people. Okay, the 78.2, we can't have 0.2 per person. We have to have a full person. So it's 79 people, okay? So we need 79 people at the very least doing 150 per month of buying products to generate at least 5,400 CV. So that means 79 people pays you $460. So to find out how much does each person pay you, then $460, divide that by 79 people. If I do that right now, 460 divided by 79 people, okay, I get 5.82. So in Opulence Global, what we're saying here is that we pay out a lot more than $1, right? Correct, folks? All right. So again, going back to my PowerPoint now, so new share. This is why we're saying that I gotta move my stuff around now. So many screens going on here. Okay, here we go. So we're saying at Opulence Global, we pay up to $5.82 per person. In other words, we pay out 5 times more than the average company. 500%, not double, not triple, not 4 times, almost 6 times more than the average company. That also means to make the same kind of money in other companies, you only require to have 5 times less people, right? So in other words, would you rather have 100 people in your team that pays you $100 per month, or would you rather have 100 people in your team paying you $582 per month? What's your answer there? Make sure people are still with me here, right? You get my point? Like, do you want the same 100 people? The industry average pays you $1 per person, so 100 people pays you $100 per month. In our company, 100 people would pay you $582 per month. Of course, everyone, since it's a no-brainer, you want to get paid $582. And once I learned this, I had so much fun afterwards with looking at different companies and then breaking down exactly how much it would pay you per person. And, I mean, some are really tricky. Some you get, it's because not all pay you based upon the same commission for the whole team. Some pay you 2% on the first level, 4% second level, 6% third level. You gotta break it down, right? But again, in short, you don't have to like really understand this stuff to a science. Like, this is not a university degree where you have to know this to become successful. In our company, just sell the product and you'll do great, right? But at least you can understand now what we've done to understand the differences, and you can feel confident knowing that in Opulence Global, we have the best paying compensation plan on this planet, matched with the best products on this planet. So that being said, wow, that's already 10 o'clock. Like, time just flew. We got to pitfall number 11, and let me see how many more we have here. 12, 13, 14. Oh, I think one more training call and we can be done with this training. But again, until then, just want to say again, thank you so much for being on the call with me this evening. I apologize for our CEO not being able to be here with you. And I do hope that this was a very informative learning session. Of course, Karen, I know that you love this stuff as much as I do. We always love to compare comp plans and have debates with other leaders in the industry. So thanks so much for being our host, and back to you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Renee. It's so enlightening. And, this was such a great recap for me because, of course, we've delved into this throughout the years and understood this. And some of the people on this call are obviously new and don't really understand the industry and how powerful our program really is. And you just pointed that out pretty clearly. I can't wait to see, to recap those other calls and get the next one under our belt. And we'll have a complete overview of our compensation plan. It really is like nothing else. It's certainly the reason I joined the company, this compensation plan, of course, with all the other beautiful things, but we want to get paid well when we do what we do. And this is how we do it. Join Opulence Global, get paid with our compensation. So thank you. I'm just going to share my screen and cover a few little announcements. But thank you, Renee. That was fantastic and very timely, actually, for everyone. So let me just talk about our announcements coming up. Can you see my screen, Renee? You're muted.
Yes, I can't see your screen. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can see it.
And I just noticed that there's a couple of questions in the Q&A, but they're not really questions. So I think we're good for that. So coming up on our announcements, I just want to point out a couple of things to everyone. First of all, we've got something really exciting happening with the businessforhome.org polling. And this is exactly what we've been talking about. Who is the direct selling compensation plan, top direct selling compensation plan for 2023? And we must go and vote for this. It's really, really important for all of us to go take a few minutes, download the Business for Home mobile app, go right to the poll, search for Opulence and click vote, and you're done. And is so important to bring the awareness out there of why our compensation plan is so amazing, and vote for that. And there is a little barcode there. If you just hover over it, it'll take you right to that app. So please take some time to do it. I know we're creeping up there on the polls. It's just people needed to pay attention to that a little bit more. So if you haven't done so yet, please go on and vote. It makes a big difference for us and the company and our positioning in the industry. Another thing that is really cool, and I just went and looked at mine the other day, you can stay updated now on your possible variance bonus earning potential. You just go to your dashboard in your back office under your performance center. If you haven't been there yet, make sure you check out your performance center and go to the variance bonus, and you'll see your bonuses, which is really cool. I just did that the other day. Lots of fun. So it's right there under your dashboard, performance center, and under the variance bonus. So, and also we, every month or so, the company creates a build assist program for us, and that's solely to help us build our business and give a little bit extra, give us a little incentive to help new shop launches and new partners. And so we wanted FOL as part of that as an option due to different countries and different situations, just to have that choice. So now with the LA Plus package that launches as of March 1st, 2023, you can either choose between our beautiful fashion mystery box of $1,000 retail value, or if you're really wanting to get some FOL and get it out and sell it, you can get 6 bottles with our health gift box of 6 bottles of Fountain of Life. So that is right now until further notice. Take advantage of this Build Assist. It's an unbelievable program, and that is a really cool deal. So make sure that you share that with potential new LA Pluses on your team. Just another little announcement here. This is important. As of May 1st, we will no longer be renewing the Opulence Visa prepaid card. It's coming to an end. So we want to remind you that it'll expire May 1st. So you want to make sure your commissions are retrieved off of there before that date. We don't want, we apologize for any inconvenience, but the iPayout is spectacular. It's super easy. And all you do for that is go to your dashboard under financial, under iPayout, and then just follow the instructions. And if you have any issues whatsoever, just give the company a call and they'll walk you through that. And then another big announcement, everyone was cruising. I know, Renee, have you had any jet lag? Are you over that now, or what's happening?
Oh boy, yeah, I had some, actually just the first 2 nights was fine. And last night, went to bed around 10 p.m. thinking I sleep all the way till like this morning, and then 3 a.m. woke up. But it's back to normal now though, actually. So it's quite quick.
That's awesome. Well, I've heard from lots of people on the call yesterday that the cruise, and of course we're going to hear all about it from none other than our fabulous Sanaz Human, our VP of Product Development, and Rico, our Philippines development manager. They're going to be hosting a call talking all about the cruise recap and the highlights on our Saturday live training, and that's March 25th. So it's coming right up at 10 a.m. Eastern. So you can register with the code there. You'll be able to see some posters. Don't miss that call, because all of us want to be on that cruise, the next cruise, and you want to just really enjoy all the highlights and see all the pictures and get yourself dreaming big for the next one and go cruising next year. So I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This was an awesome overview of our compensation with Renee. Renee is, I think, second to Ramin in terms of breakdowns and compensation plan and understanding and helping us understand it. So we thank you, Renee, for joining us. And we look forward to Saturday. Awesome. Everybody have a great week. And I want to thank everyone for being on the call. We had a complete global reach tonight. It's so exciting to see everybody from all over the world. Congratulations for taking the time to get on this call. And everyone have a great week and see you Saturday.
Thank you so much, Karen, and have a good night, everyone. To the billion. One,
To
two,
the
one, dream
billion. To the billion.
billion.
Thank you.